midnight on the Non-Productive Network. Who knows how much of that was exaggerated?
Yeah.
And I lie a lot. A little drunk. Kind of high. Shot some heroin into my balls.
Get back in your corner, Frank.
I just said I shot heroin into my balls and no one paid attention. I was just like the governor.
Because when you say things like that, we all just kind of ignore it and hope that you stop.
Listen to Non-Productive every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m.
We really need to learn the time of the show.
How do you do? Mr. Carl Lemley feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life and death. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Correctly with the correct amount.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
We've got bat robots hunting down Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids.
It sounded good at the time, but I don't see this working out now.
Who the hell are you, anyway?
I don't know.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Long shot Ken.
I see this whole segment going wrong.
Big Papa P. Just sitting out in the air gathering flies.
There is another dude, I forget.
Den.
You didn't clone a person, you cloned a god.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Loud Idiots radio broadcast, your source for comic books, sci-fi, horror, fantasy, professional wrestling, and all the various and diverse elements of geek culture. So strap yourself to your chair, pull open your ears, and grab your D20 tight, because the show is about to begin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 8:03 on this, the 28th day of February,
We
2012.
actually broke our streak of starting the show on time.
Yeah, we actually did.
I blame our guests. we are the loud idiots. I'm Long Shot Ken,
I'm Big Dog Dan.
And I'm Big Papa Pete.
and we've got an amazing show tonight. We have the triumphant return of Blue Movie Band. Well, I can't say that. I can't say return because we only had Lisa and Tony with us the last time. What was that?
The better part.
Oh, I see.
And the balls of the band showed up.
No, we have the entire Blue Movie Band with us. Who do we have with us?
I'm back. Talk to the mic, dude.
Into the mic. That's how radio works.
Society.
Tony's here again, baby.
I'm PJ.
Lisa. Daniela.
Rick.
Whoa! Sensual Rick. That was a sensual Rick right there.
Rick. Svelte even.
Yes.
So, well, give us a little bit of insight. What do you guys do? We know that Tony is just the poon hound and the guitarist.
Yes, he is. He's the master.
And Lisa is like the master drummer. PJ, can you give us a little bit of insight into you?
I'm the singer, dancer. I do some crumping. Singing. Do some singing.
Daniela falls off the stage.
Yeah. I play bass when I feel like it.
Wait, well, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What is this falling off the stage stuff?
It's called alcohol. At its best.
It was also vouch for you. It was also like the end of the night. So it wasn't like she just got there and was like, hey, I'm flying off the stage.
You know what? It could have been the beginning of the night. It would have been the same thing. I know. There's no saving it. But to my defense, I wasn't here last time to explain that everybody else has stories like that one.
You can always save yourself with that by hopping up real quick and saying ta-da.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Reappearing, disappearing.
She looks good anyway if she falls.
Exactly.
It works. It
So hot,
works.
it doesn't matter.
Fashionable fall.
It was fashionable. Yeah, it was fashion.
There you go.
It's a trendy tumble.
Yeah. Yes.
It's patented.
What about the keyboardist? Is the keyboardist drunk at all on stage?
I don't know.
He was once.
Was he?
No, one day he forgot his pad. That was pretty drunk.
He wasn't drunk. He was just angry.
We played a shot. Was it Fontana's? We played a show for Tanner's, right? So he forgot a bunch of things actually.
The mic is your friend.
Yeah, he forgot like a bunch of cables, and meanwhile he actually had them, but he couldn't find it and stuff. So the guy's going, "All right, come on, you gotta go on." It's like he doesn't say a word, but when this guy talks, it's like, "Give me a minute." Hope is like, yeah, so that's tricks. But
Yeah, my memory's going.
Well, to refresh the audience, we wound up meeting you guys at Comic-Con back in October, and Tony and Lisa gave us their opinions of what the weekend was like. They weren't slapping people around, so that was a good sign, I guess. I'm guessing that you guys will be coming back. But PJ, what was it like for you being there?
We had a blast. We had a blast. We kind of held down the fort for a little while. We kind of took turns and just basically we had really no like objective, just being there to hang out with some people that we thought would like our music. So we made some new friends there. We took a bunch of funny pictures with. Saw like a chicken Boba Fett, like a chicken was dressed up like Boba Fett. That was kind of cool. Met a couple artists, a couple illustrators, and
I'm trying to figure this out. You were looking for a new audience for the music and decided to hit up comic book nerds.
That's what we thought, man. Well, we all, that's what we thought, man. We thought this is what's our target demographic out of marketing sense, and we were like comic book nerds who like to get laid. We want the comic book nerds who like models.
Well, you sold me. I did an interview with you.
That's what I said. That's our hook. That's our hook.
We brought a camera.
Tony, you have to talk into a mic in order to be heard. This is how radio works.
And you're in a band. And you're in a band.
By the way, Ken,
he plays guitar. He gets excited. He thinks he's plugged into something right now.
Ken, it makes a Blue movie. The further he is from the mic, the better off.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't
Remember that first interview?
Yeah.
I think we offended homeless people, retarded people, handicapped people.
Tony
Parris' rant.
It was
Tony. The DJ. It was horrible. It was horrible. Mortified. We had duct tape. Tony brings duct tape to interviews from here on in. Something about a colostomy bag. It was horrible.
That was a good question. Yeah,
that was a terrible.
That was horrible.
That was an optimal.
The guy's in the
That was
wheelchair,
hateful.
right?
Long story short, back
Into
on
the
topic.
mic.
Back on topic about Comic-Con.
Away from the mic.
We had a really good time. Made some new friends at Comic-Con. Our reason to be there was just to hang out. Basically, we just joked around and hung out with a bunch of people. Pissed a couple people off. Pissed those guys across the way.
You pissed me off.
Yeah, we pissed everybody. We turned our music up loud. We all started hating our songs because we looped a couple songs, and we just kind of goofed around and tried to find hot nerds, basically.
Well, let's
That's
talk
what
hot
Comic-Con
nerds
is.
for a second.
Yeah, hilarious.
Because there are not a lot of hot nerds at Comic-Con.
There's a couple. There's a funny.
I don't know. You know what? I got groped by a 300-pound Batman.
Nice.
I give him props.
Well, let me ask you.
I'm gonna gay Darth Maul. That was impressive.
How about
Just in
the
time
hairy
for-
guy in the Wonder Man suit?
Right. Oh yeah, I saw that guy too. There was
I
9-foot
felt him up.
Chewbacca
There's
too.
a picture somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say just in time for episode 1 in 3D. That's just what you need.
Exactly.
Darth Maul's lightsaber coming right at ya.
Fabulous.
Let me ask the girls for a second. Very attractive women here in the studio. Very talented women here in the studio. You're welcome, Tony.
Just because you spend the same amount of time in your hair as we do does not classify you.
What do you mean more time? He uses more mousse than I think both of you combined.
Yeah.
What is it like having these guys come to you? Because I can guarantee you some of them had to be slobbering over you.
Oh,
There were some heavy breathers.
Yeah.
There was I'm not gonna lie. There was I got
I
creeped out.
couldn't help it. It was a long distance to the restroom. What can I say?
And it doesn't help that you guys were positioned right next to the bathroom.
The men's room.
Yeah, that was even worse.
Hence the long distance to the bathroom.
When talking to those people, though, like no joke is that one guy in particular. Every once in a while, you just gotta do the face nod. You just gotta keep. You're like, yeah, really.
Now, did you guys notice that the breathing was heavier before or after they came out of the bathroom?
Ooh.
I think it was about equal.
Yeah, it was about equal.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. We should pitch
Okay. You have to think of these things.
But forget about the guy that done up as Darth Vader because that's just a given, right? Come on.
Yeah.
And I did get carried away by Chewbacca. I
Yeah,
did.
Chewbacca was
I got
huge.
picked
That guy
up
was
and taken like halfway across the floor by Chewbacca. Exactly.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Do you guys have a good time there?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Oh, not at all.
It was hell. It was like
Yeah.
pulling teeth.
Just like you guys, it was a lot of work.
Right. Swinging the hammer.
We're actually doing another thing now, aren't we?
Yeah, Monster Mania.
We're
Monster Mania. Yeah.
Monster Mania's coming up a week from Friday. And I heard you guys are going out. This will be pretty fun. We'll all get to hang out, get drunk, get plastered, hang out with some stars.
We'll find a stage for her. Life's good.
I won't fall off the stage, I promise.
Does it have to be a stage D? Can it be anything that's a little bit
down.
higher?
It could be, yeah.
Can we get Daniela on the bar and then see if she falls off?
Hey, if there's anybody listening who's going to Monster Mania who wants to come play their house party or favorite bar, we'll come do it. Because we'll be down there anyways. And we're not. Yeah.
March 9th through 11th, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Make sure to be there.
Yep.
We will.
Cherry Hill. Oh, I know some cats down in Cherry Hill. I didn't know they were in Cherry Hill.
All right, cool. Yeah, so anybody listening around Cherry Hill, give us a shout out on bluemoviemusic.com. We'll come play your mom's. We'll go play a bar mitzvah. We don't care.
I was gonna say the bar mitzvah. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jews in Cherry Hill, right?
I don't know.
I think so. I know 2 Jews in Cherry Hill. Jews in Cherry Hill, check it out. www.bluemoviemusic.com. We'll come play your kid's bar mitzvah.
Comprises the
We've
entire.
already, believe it or not, we've played a bar mitzvah. We've played some weird spots. We have played a bar mitzvah.
Comprises the entire population of Cherry Hill too.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Guys, you have some great.
You've probably
great...
played more bar mitzvahs than the Beatles.
We have. We played 1.1, and that's a lot more than Motley Crue and the Beatles combined, right there.
Can you give us a little bit of insight as to what's going on currently with you guys? Because you got a lot of neat stuff going on right now.
Yeah, we got a busy month. We've been kind of working a lot for the past couple months, and it's all we're unleashing the Kraken this month. We have this EP, Delusions in Technicolor, which is something that all of us are really proud of. It's kind of a totally different vibe than our first 5 songs. That's going to come out probably in the next week or so. I think. Are we going to preview some shit tonight? Yeah. Sorry, we don't swear on the show. Some stuff tonight.
I didn't hear anything.
We're supposed to actually, but you know what?
Or maybe microphones.
Let's play a different song.
All right. So we have some shows coming up too. At the end of March, we have some shows coming up on the 29th of March. We are.
That one's not totally solidified.
30th of March. Come see us on the 30th of March. We're playing the Upper East Side
Allegedly,
Music Festival.
You're playing.
Right. We have some. Right.
Solid.
That's how we roll. We play secret shows. We have bar mitzvah coming up, but you guys can't come to that unless you live in Cherry Hill.
If I get circumcised, can I come out?
All
right.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Now you're teasing all this. Where can we find out? When you
29th, we got a show coming up at the at.
Well, you don't have to tell us where it is if you don't know for sure.
Oh yeah, well we know this one for sure. It's at Bar. It's our Bar East on the Upper East Side, a weird venue, but we're gonna on the Upper East Side on like 90th and First. But yeah, it's Bar East. We're playing March 30th, and then if you can check us out at www.bluemoviemusic.com to see any upcoming shows. We'll.
Breaking news.
And the new album is called
Delusions in Technicolor,
and it'll be available in March, right?
In March, yeah. What's the say?
You know what? I'm gonna
the 20th.
I'm gonna blame Tony here because the last time he was
You
on,
the right guy.
the last time we were on, Tony promised us that this album was coming out in February.
Oh my God, dude, that's nothing. We
Liar.
told people this was coming out last July.
Yeah.
Oh well, in that case,
we have a board in
This
our
is like
rehearsal.
our
in
Chinese
studio.
democracy.
Yeah, this is our Chinese democracy. Except
Do you
Except
really
it's gonna
want
be
to
good.
No, it's gonna be good. Yeah,
10
Chinese
years in the
democracy is
making,
horrible.
but this will
That
be
was horrible.
good.
Yeah.
do you really want to
I didn't
compare
say
yourself
years
to
in the
Axel?
making.
I know. I'm gonna get shit for that. We don't curse. That was
Yeah,
I
we've been
said
working on
shit.
this for a while though.
If you heard that shit.
Wasn't me.
You guys have a cool app coming out, or it's
Yeah,
available?
It's out already.
Yeah. Talk about that, Tony, because I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know, man. So you got to talk about it.
Oh,
You
yes.
Show people it doesn't work on radio.
You guys see this?
No, and I'm looking right at it.
We have what do we got?
We have an app for Android
Yeah,
that just
Lisa
came out.
actually,
It's a Blue Movie application. You can watch our videos. You can watch. You can actually. I think show dates are also available on there. If I'm correct.
Everything. There's
music.
actually like a toilet cam for the girls. If you get on there, it's actually a toilet cam.
That's one of the Easter eggs. You got to go hunting for that.
And this thing costs about $5,000. Then is that what that is?
It's perfect. It's free. What's better than that?
Nice.
I want the pube cam for the other one.
We're actually getting it moved to iPhone.
No.
There's a special code you got to enter for that one. Up, down,
And
left,
Tony-
left, right.
It's a Metroid code.
Metroid jokes. 2012 Metroid jokes. What was that chick's name? What was it?
Samus?
Samus Aran?
No, what was the
Yeah.
guy? What was the special code girl with the infinite amount of bombs and stuff?
Oh, wow, I forget.
Oh no, you actually forgot that?
We actually lost our nerd cred. Oh my god! I just
I just out-nerded you guys.
I just remember the Contra code.
Laura. No, not Laura
No,
Croft.
maybe no.
You guys know what I'm talking about, though, right? It's like
Yeah.
infinite. You got infinite like guns, infinite bombs.
Well, wasn't that Contra though? You put the code in,
that was
30
a different
guys,
code,
you get to
man.
keep
No,
going through the whole game.
That code was actually for every Konami game that came out. I'm
That
not.
was-
You're
what was her
laughing. I'm
name?
not kidding. If you put that into
Laura-
anything, it would give you something.
That's awesome. Konami, shout out
He's
to Konami.
he's gonna make me open up the interwebs and find
yeah,
this
special
out.
code for Metro, infinite bombs. Metroid.
So I want to ask you guys too. How does this new EP differ from the first one?
It's totally different.
I think
actually.
we've grown up.
Yeah, our
More.
songwriters change. I mean,
Based on
we've
this
grown up.
conversation,
We've grown up.
Daniela, based on
I'm wearing my
We've all
baseball
grown
cap.
metaphoric
matured.
pubic hair in this EP. In 5 songs, our voices have dropped. We've gotten 3 inches taller. Yeah, we're giant metaphoric bushes here.
Yeah.
No, it's just actually. I mean, our first 5 songs are kind of. I think mentally we were all in a different place in it, and our songwriting style kind of changed in the past. These next 5. We've kind of been listening to different things. I don't know. These are totally different. I mean, it's still a lot of the same elements that we used in the first 5 songs, but it's a little more hook. It's a little hookier.
Anything that we're saying, actually. So you know what, Rick, you answered this question because this is the man that.
Rick's a little more. Yeah, Rick's a little more.
Well, I really wasn't
president.
even. This is not really a question for me to answer because I wasn't on the first album.
I think that's a big part of it, though, because
Rick's the
the
new singer.
first album was pretty much Tony
By the way, I
and
quit the
Ella
band.
and myself. And we pretty much wrote. I mean, the album was recorded before we found PJ, and before we decided that we were going to use a keyboard player. So I think that is like one of the biggest elements to this new album. Is it really is the 5 of us writing together versus them trying to puzzle piece themselves into something that was already created.
All right, now I'm going to put you guys on hold for a second. We've got the lovely Taff and a Darling calling in to give her her write-up for this week. Taff, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, we have to apologize. The guys here won't be able to hear you tonight because we ran out of microphones.
Headphones.
okay.
Get your terminology straight.
No, we ran out of mics too, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
No, Ken, don't do that.
So Taff, what do you have for us tonight, hon?
Well, I picked up some stuff over the convention weekend, and I decided that wasn't good enough. So instead, I pulled out Jimmy Palmiotti's Random Acts of Violence I'd had sitting there for a while, and I never finished. So I decided I'd finish it today and talk about it.
Okay.
prepping ahead of time. Good.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's been a rough week. It's pretty much the stories by Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray. And it came out, I guess it was like April a couple years ago. That's how slackerish I am. But it's been about Image Comics, and it's not a violently graphic.
Right.
For just like shock's sake. However, it is a pretty good horror comic book. It's pretty much about a serial killer that's inspired by the likes of like great classic boogeyman, like, you know, Freddy Krueger, Mike Myers. It's pretty much gore immersed, and it tells the tale of these two comic creators and like their ultimate horror creation that's gone awry. It's set like a one-shot styled graphic novel. It's pretty thick, but it's just like one straight-up story, and it really is full of, you know, random acts of violence.
It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool because I mean, it seems like a different venue for Palmiotti, who we normally primarily know for the superhero books. I'm really kind of interested in checking this out.
No, it's really cool. The story focuses on these like comic creators. It's their first major public work, and it's a character called Slash Man. So they get all this crazy success, but when like River start bringing up like bodies and people start dying in the midst of like this different tour that they're on, you know, they're realizing that it's kind of taken this creation like all on its own. It's got like, you know, different twists that, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And, you know, it kind of relates to the human need to belong and identify with something bigger than ourselves. You know, we have like this fear in the media, or like, you know, maybe from different political sides, where like video games or music and comics are going to like really lead into this direction of violence within our civilization. And it kind of like plays on that. And it, you know, I guess their comic Slash Man grows into, you know, this horrible, like, real monster. Think of like Sutter Kane in The Mouth of Madness.
Oh, I love that.
You know, almost it's like, you know, real life that's intimidating art, but it's still real life. So it's kind of everywhere. It's still really. you know, it does touch on the fact that, you know, there's different times where fanboys and fangirls can just latch on to what they're reading, you know, and like obsess over it. Becomes like this invading reality for them, and it, you know, it plays on that. But the heart of this book really is horror based, and it's pretty much crafted by this psychological killer who eventually like almost relate to. You know, you don't feel sorry for him. You can at least get some sense as to why he's gone down this particular path, and why they're doing what they're doing. Everything in the story kind of pushes towards the revelations of the two comic book creators, Ezra and Todd. You know, as what's, you know, happening around their surroundings.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. How are you going to rate this?
Well, I'm probably going to go about like a 3.5, maybe 4, simply because I wasn't just a big fan of the artwork. I mean, it's pretty gory and it's detailed, and it may have been drawn, you know, kind of like this rough, almost like novice style, considering like he was working on this. I would have liked maybe more of like a putz head feel to it, where it was just really more detailed with the skulls and the blood and the nudity. You know, but it's not like a superficial, like superhero type. I would really recommend this to anyone who's into short stories that are focusing on the horror genre. It's definitely not for young readers, mature readers, for just because of the violence or nudity, you know, and the subject matter itself. Yeah, I'd go about 3.5, 4, just for knocking off for the artwork. But it's definitely disturbing, and it's at least to me, it like, you know, made me think a lot about just like the convention life itself. So it's pretty interesting.
Very cool. Listen, we're gonna let you go a little early tonight. I want to thank you for the review. I'm interested now. I know I got to go check it out.
Yeah. You guys have a good night.
And you too. Thank you again, and we're looking forward to having you next week.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Take care, hon.
Later.
Remember to check out Taff and the Darling at thetaffandadarling.com. Jimmy Palmiotti, man, what a friend of the show. He's been on twice now, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great guy. Actually, if you get a chance, his girl Amanda has a great hardcover coming out of her work, because they worked together, collaborated over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Some great stuff. The Power Girl years. How can you go wrong with that? Come on.
Gotta love Power Girl.
Exactly. So, all right, we are back with the guys from Blue Movie.
All right.
Thank you for chilling.
Yeah, we missed Taffeta's speech, but she sounds hot.
Taffeta is very hot.
I heard her through the headphones. No, that girl sounds hot.
Good old Texas girl, actually.
Nice.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna stop you, PJ. Pete was right. It was Samus Aran. That's the female in Metroid.
No, but that's not who I'm talking about, though, dude.
Well, then
There's
who are you
a code.
talking
Samus Aran is the normal character. There's a code you could put in. Laura, it's not. That's not the code for infinite bombs and infinite guns. I feel like there is a code, and it's a chick's name, and she's even better. Samus is just the regular Metroid chick. Laura.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? We're
Now
talking
I'm
deep
following
in,
you.
man. This is dark. This is like 1989, dark in the underground of Metroid. This is like.
I was just a tadpole back in '89.
Hey, me too, man. Me too. And I was a tadpole kicking some ass at Metroid, though, because I had infinite lives.
Metroid.
Sorry to nerd you guys. Sorry to out geek the geek show.
I'm seeing a code that's Justin Bailey.
Justin Bailey, that's what it is. That's what the code is.
Yeah.
Justin Bailey is the code for infinite lives and infinite.
PJ, I don't know, man. Unless you're like transgendered, Justin Bailey is not a female
but
name.
Justin Bailey was just the code, man. That was just the code.
I don't know about you guys, but now that we solved that, I feel so much
Right,
better.
right.
I would have been up all night thinking.
This is
like,
getting out
what
of a
the
moment.
That was
right. That was now look at. Everybody was playing 80s Nintendo.
5 minutes of my life.
Exactly, right. All right, that was a bromance moment right there. That was we had a little bromance debate going.
We were looking longingly into each other's eyes.
I just can't quit you, dude. Just can't quit you, Justin Bailey.
Where is this show gone?
I know, man.
It was just I'm sorry, that was the biggest letdown ever.
That was
the biggest anticlimax.
Yeah.
Almost like every other date I've went on.
Oh. But
Daniela got all upset. Oh. At least someone feels for me on this show. All right. Again, Lisa and Tony been on here. So forgive me if I kind of patch you guys up on some of these, because I have asked you guys some of these questions already. I love talking.
9 inches.
That wasn't what you said last time.
Wow, dude.
I grew.
Oh, the Viagra I gave you kicked in.
No one cares how long your hair is.
One of the things that I love, you know, our road stories. But I mean, I know you guys haven't gone that far out of the Manhattan area yet. I know you guys are working towards that. But I know Daniela's fallen off a stage. We've already established that in the first 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
What kind of little anecdote, little funny thing can you give us that has happened on stage?
Oh Lord, I
In
know.
the times that you've been together.
One of our first shows. I'm looking at you, Lisa. One of our first shows. Well, our first show, we played some wacky shows, but our first New York club show, we're like, all right, we packed it up some. This joint, Crash Mansion, which rest in peace, is a club that is now no longer exists, but we're all excited. It's a freaking monsoon outside. It's I'm at the time I was doing the show American Idiot on Broadway, and
Never heard of it.
It was let me just pick up the name I just dropped right there. That's kind of irrelevant to the story, but
Is that the
I
Monty
had to
Python
go.
one?
So what's that? It's the Pearl Jam musical. It's the Pearl Jam musical.
That was awful.
I literally we had a show at 10 and at 10:30, and my show ended at 10. So I gunned it down down in the Bowery and blah blah blah. So we're all stoked playing the show. We got a bunch of friends in the audience. It's pretty packed up. It's all good. We get one or two songs and we're like, all right, we're feeling it. This is going well. What's going in? I think we were playing Lessons Learned maybe or something. And this little gremlin right here, this beautiful little woman who beats the ever living hell out of the drums, went towel. Kicks through the skin of their house drum kit. Our first show in New York, we're like, oh Lord, we're never coming back here. She kicked through the skin of the drum, and it's super drum heavy song. It's kind of actually, of all of our songs, probably the most drum driven that we were playing in that set. Everybody was like, yeah, feel it. And suddenly there's no kick drum. I look back at her, I'm like, wait, before I'm about to kick into the vocals of that song, she's like, I kicked through the drums. I kicked through the drums. It was hilarious. I was like, we'll just keep on going, I guess. So I'm literally still wearing eye makeup from American Idiot, kind of beat up, and we get through the song, and she's like, just bullshit song, because I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. Somebody comes out with duct tape, I think, and literally she kicked through, and it's not like an indie rock, because we try to avoid the cutesy Brooklyn indie rock venues. It's like a pretty hard rock venue. They get a couple metal bands in there. But homegirl kicked through the kick drum. It was pretty funny. Our first New York show. So
you helped teach me a very valuable lesson, and based on that, I will never piss Lisa off because if she could do that
to a
she's
drum,
the one who went through. Imagine how much abuse that drum is taking.
Now I see why y'all behave.
Of taking my tech and putting him right by my bass drum and kicking his ass
Right,
and making him
just
go boom
having
every
an
time I
exit.
needed
I
it. Because it was crazy.
It could not. That was pretty funny.
Wow.
That's pretty metal.
Like I said,
Go ahead.
Danny,
I know you want to go.
He's giving you a
She
Wait.
wants revenge for last night.
Okay, go
Daniela,
for it.
can you top falling off the stage or?
Oh, yeah.
I think I can.
Okay.
Actually.
Yes.
I have a couple of stories about Tony.
Let's leave nice people's names out of this who have nothing relevant to
We're
this.
going to leave names out of this. This is like a show on Long Island.
Except Tony.
And Tony decided that he was going to have a lot of whiskey. And didn't like the venue we were playing.
Oh yeah.
So he threw shot glasses at people's windows and got in a lot of trouble for it.
I'll vouch.
We
It
see,
wasn't
the
a
whole
window.
thing is
it
we-
was just right over the fence.
All right, in
the
front of the
parking
bar
lot.
owner, and so.
I can only
But
say
the thing
in
is,
front
our
of
whole thing is that
everybody.
we are an arena rock band on like a dirty
As he
punk
was
band
yelling, we
budget.
don't play
we
on
are
an anthill. That play
champagne.
French
We are
fries.
champagne,
Serve
cocaine,
French
and
fries.
caviar on like a super cheap beer budget. So
You're on
that's what we've been
you're on an
playing.
anthill.
Yeah. So that's been our shows as of late. We've kind of played them like we're headlining Madison Square Garden, but sometimes we play for 13 people at a shady bar.
And I kind of want to bring up the fact of the video shoot.
Oh, the video shoot was
I do want to bring this up. He found jalapeno vodka.
Oh,
Which
really?
was a great find if I might
It
add.
was a great find.
Oh my god, I thought it was the only one.
Yet he passed out on my couch
Yeah.
and we put walnuts on his face.
Oh.
So we
yeah.
took pictures of nuts on Tony's face. So I would like to redeem myself by telling these stories.
Ooh, but that reminds me of the time though, that and I said I don't want to get involved in this because I love Daniela. Daniela and I are like
Open doors, Daniela.
we are like brothers. We have the same taste in music
We
and
do.
blah blah blah. So one day we were playing this show, and they got us one room at the really fancy hotel.
BJ, you're really gonna do this to me?
I'm gonna do this right here.
Uh-oh.
The posh.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
We'll come back.
Yes, please. Break.
We don't have to
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
This is internet. We don't have to sell out on this one.
Keep digging.
No, we played the show. It was for
A private.
yeah, it was a private event thing. Blah blah blah. So we were all. They had an open barn. We got all really drunk. And Daniela, a beautiful hotel room, one beautiful hotel room.
They put us all into one room.
So they put us all in the one room. And long story short, we were all, oh man, we're drunk. It's about 3 a.m. And the first one to pass out was Daniela, and Daniela was like, I'm done. So she passed out.
May I interject for a second? Yeah. There's a difference between passing out and assing out.
Yeah, she was pretty.
Continue.
She was pretty. So long story short, it was so fancy they gave us a tray of Danishes for the morning. And I think we played it.
Can I just interject and see if my family's listening?
Your family's listening? Long story. In the PG version,
innocent.
we
You
basically
sleeping,
played,
son.
and I fought this
I'm
until it got
sorry.
really serious. We played Danish Jenga on Daniela. We're basically you take the game. The
think I do.
You've got.
I think I've just quit this band. I'm done.
You've got to pass out.
It's nice meeting you guys.
On a couch, and we would take a Danish, and someone would put it on her shoulder. Something like, oh yeah, I bet you I can put one on her head like a little yarmulke. And it was pretty funny. And then she woke up and smacked a couple Danishes away. But
No, dude, we got them all off. That was the reverse of the game. We had to take them off without waking her up.
Oh my God. Nice.
Had no clue.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the next day we were all in the room giggling. She's like, "What's everyone laughing about?"
Yeah, and they were like, "Look at this cell phone video."
We actually recorded the whole thing and played it back for her while she.
But I did say this isn't a good idea. Daniela's gonna get pissed off. We shouldn't do this, and I have that on camera.
And then he placed a Danish on your head.
And then I placed a Danish. I believe.
If anybody's looking for a bass player, I'm free.
Now available.
Nobody has more fun than us.
But Danish Jenga.
Think about it.
Trademark it.
Trademark it.
I've never heard that one.
It's gonna be the new Smirnoff icing people.
Yes,
is what
sir.
It's gonna be.
After that, I
Make
can't
it a
believe
drinking
you guys
game
are still
involving
together.
jalapeno vodka.
I know. It's pretty good. Good times. Good times.
Man. Oh, all right. On that note, we're gonna take a brief break to compose ourselves.
Absolutely.
We're gonna take a break. We should have a track from Blue Movie from the upcoming album.
Sweet. Dude.
Let's play dancing.
Whatever you want, dude.
Just so you guys know, you guys are the first
This is the
anybody
first
to air
ever
any of the new
These
stuff.
aren't even mastered
Awesome.
yet. These are totally just kind of
Nice.
demos that we've
Thank
cut.
you.
But yeah, guys,
This is
these
the
are
world
literally.
premiere.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this
Well,
literally
World
is. If we
premiere.
blow
Jersey
up,
premiere.
right? Yeah, this is.
By the way, there's no way to make U-turns in your state. By the way, I'm really pissed off.
It's called a jug handle.
Yeah, that's why we.
Yo.
Play whatever though. Whatever.
And we have more when we come back.
This is New Jersey. 3 rights make a left.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Be right back.
Hi there, this is Claudia Christian from Babylon 5, and you are listening to Non-Productive.
We are back, Loud Idiots Radio Show. My God, I wish you were here during the break, and if you weren't, hopefully you're watching the video on NPN TV on Non-Productive.com. God, it's a blast here. Now, one of the things that we've spent a lot of time with the band so far in the first half hour, there are other people here with us. If people are willing to give up some chairs, maybe we can bring some of them on and find out. So,
Here, guys.
Lisa, who do we have with us? Because you are connected to these people.
Absolutely. This would be
I see the
Janine
cord.
And Mike Zinn.
Right, Janine Maloney and Mike Zinn, the photographer, creator, anything that you can think conceptually for this project they have going on. These are the masterminds behind
All
it.
around
Women of
awesomeness.
Armageddon.
Good evening, all.
Yes,
Very
the
nice.
last calendar you'll ever need.
Yes.
You've gotten my news feeds.
And if you missed it, PJ said the last calendar you will ever need.
You'll wish you were the last man on earth.
I'm gonna start off asking you guys, how did you come up with the idea for it?
Well, I guess the idea kind of sat dormant in my head for about a year. It was coming up on 2012, and I'm into, science fiction and all of these wacky things, and all of the prophecies about the impending Armageddon 2012. So I just thought, I'm a photographer, I'm an artist, I love to take pictures of beautiful women. And I, in my head, I said,
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, of course. I came up with this idea of the last calendar, the last girly calendar. But I put a little twist on it, and I made it post-apocalyptic, and so the girls are the survivors of the apocalypse, and we came up with the Women of Armageddon.
So do we see like Mad Maximina in this, or?
Actually, there's a box over there with some in, and we'll give you a look.
Yeah, we brought a bunch of good merch for you guys.
And part of the reason why you guys are also here with the band is Daniela and Lisa have posed for the calendar.
Yeah.
We tried to get Tony
Miss
and
February,
PJ,
Miss
but
June.
they
Yeah,
weren't
I did.
available.
I couldn't tuck it back.
Shaved at that point.
I'm back in
He was afraid of the wax.
Back in
Next time, Zim. That's right.
Well,
So I gotta let you know, Michael did present this idea on October 23rd. So we were going away for Thanksgiving, which gave us, we started shooting the calendar on November 27th and had it ready by Christmas. Destruction.
Wow, that's doesn't that leave a little bit of time out for marketing and?
Marketing,
Hi, that's why we're here. It's almost March. Buy our calendar, please. There's a shelf life.
What we didn't say is it's a 2013 calendar, right?
There is no 2013.
And I know.
The end is near.
But you know what? I'm go ahead, Pete.
Did you bother filling in the end of December?
Take a look.
Yeah, if you take a look at the end of December, I did a little research, but
I love it.
Yeah,
Yes!
there's actually what they call the 3 days of darkness. The Armageddon is slated to happen on the winter solstice, December 21st, and the 3 days of darkness are the day before and the day after. And then after that, who knows what's left other than the Women of Armageddon.
My amount of research for that was a testament. So 3 days of darkness in 2012. So yeah, that day we were literally ripping curtains off the wall to make Daniela's outfit.
Yeah, I basically showed up there and they were like, cut up your own stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm in the back, I'm like cutting
so
my own.
can I ask what you were already wearing then that had to be cut up?
It was basically
And be very thorough and slow when you tell us what happened.
She was
Behave,
wearing
Ken.
a moo-moo.
It was curtains, and my necklace is actually a placemat that I cut up and put safety pins on.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love this gun that you're holding. It's just
Pretty awesome.
It's pretty. It's different. I like that.
We had some ridiculous.
Yeah, they had awesome prop guys.
So some of the girls
Sweet.
and the prop gods, as we like to call them,
Ah,
worked
yes.
with me as well, and they're insane. So we knew that they'd be a real good addition to the team, and they have been. They've been amazing. But some of my old zombies and ghosts are featured quite nicely.
Yeah, I actually personally would love to give a shout out and major love to everybody who was involved in this calendar. Like I said, it was an idea that sat in my head kind of for a year, and when I started to present it to some people, they lit up and got themselves involved. Janine over here, who did all of the makeup and all of the costumes, she used to work with the haunted houses that they do on Halloween, and she had a couple of friends, and she suggested, hey, maybe they'd be willing to model. And not only did they come down and hit a home run in modeling for me, but they brought along their friends who built us these post-apocalyptic props. Everything came together in a way I've never seen anything come together. It was seriously like everything lined up, and organically this thing that was an idea in my head just came to life. And I couldn't have done it without the help of everybody who was involved. So again, a personal shout out to everybody. And Daniela and I, we had known each other previously through the music scene. There's a big tie-in with the music scene with this calendar. There's a bunch of rock and roll girls in this calendar from different aspects of the music scene. A couple of them have their own websites with music reporting and stuff. But when I approached Daniela with an idea about a photography shoot, she just immediately loved it.
I was like, where and when?
Yeah, exactly.
It's an awesome idea.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I was just amazed that I had kept the idea to myself for so long, and once I started talking to people about it, it just grew its own legs, and kind of is walking around now, walking the earth as the women of Armageddon.
There
So,
you go.
Yeah.
Now, no, go ahead.
Now we can finally explain to your neighbors why you had so many half-naked women with guns in your backyard hanging off of buses.
Why bother explaining? Let them wonder.
Lisa's hanging off a bus, holding a 45. I'm handing her a
You
sword.
get out and you're like, hey, how you doing?
Nice weather.
Can I recommend something after looking at this calendar? Thank you guys for not putting PJ and Tony in it.
Or actually the blackout dates.
You know what? It is kind of funny. I did. A lot of people said, "Where's the guys of Armageddon calendar?"
It's coming.
Yeah, and
There is no 2013. No, the other thing too that I love. Now we are hitting the end of February, and Lisa is February's model. I'm kind of curious. What are the names tattooed on your arm?
I guess by the
I'm
time,
her arm.
yeah, by the time I kind of waltzed in and was like, hey guys, I'm here for the shoot, they were like, well, you look like the sole survivor. So everybody did their stuff. So we decided to just write everybody's name who either was involved with the calendar or the girls in the calendar, kind of like tally marks and people who didn't survive, so to speak. So that was my.
Wait till I die.
Lisa was lone
pretty
wolf,
much.
so
I was the lone wolf.
Lone Wolf Lisa. Yeah, the other great thing about Women of Armageddon is actually once it came to life, it became this octopus, in that it has all of these different arms that are all relevant to its existence, and we are developing a comic book. We are developing a photographic novel, because these women of Armageddon, they all have their own stories. They're all these characters that kind of, as I said, came to life as we developed them. And I'm looking forward. This year should be pretty exciting for the Women of Armageddon. Like I said, some of the comic book conventions and monster conventions that you guys are talking about.
Yep.
We're looking forward to doing some appearances and getting the word out for www.womenofarmageddon.com.
Awesome. Listen, thank you for hanging out and letting us actually check out the calendar. I know when I heard about it, I was really excited and I really wanted to check it out. So now I have it in front of me.
Absolutely.
I know what I'm doing after the show.
They're glossy pages. You're good.
That's even better.
It actually gets better, because if you go to the site, there's more than just the calendars.
Yeah,
there's T-shirts. It's really something to go through and look, because there's so much that can be ordered, and it's
Right.
All right, guys, we're gonna hold off for 1 second. We do have our other caller for the evening, and if everything works out, we should have the incomparably beautiful and talented Tuesday Night with us.
That's very sweet.
You make it sound like it's insincere.
No, I did not. It's so sweet.
Okay, well, it's great to have you back. It's been a long couple of years since you've been on.
I know. I can't believe it's been that long.
I know. So first off, how's everything going?
Pretty good. Everything's, rolling along. Everything's going good.
Now, we're all excited and elated because you're going to be on the East Coast a week from Friday.
I know. I'm excited, too.
Now, if correct me if I'm wrong, is this your first East Coast appearance ever?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, what was that, hon?
Oh, yeah, it is. It's the first one.
So, is there anything that you're looking forward to coming out to Dirty Jersey?
Looking forward to Dirty Jersey. Funny.
Disparage our state.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to making lots of money.
Well, yeah,
That's why everybody comes to New Jersey.
Of course. We've all seen The Sopranos. We know how that works.
Hey.
That's right. That's right.
No, Monster Mania is March 9th through 11th in Cherry Hill, in Jersey, and I know that we're all looking forward to coming out and finally meeting you in person. You know, we've talked to you in the past, and you are so awesome, so fun, and it's going to be great to be able to shake your hands and hopefully give you a big hug and kiss.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're coming.
So, well, I might be breathing heavy. Don't know about the rest, but yeah.
Oh, you're funny.
I know it's been a couple years. Can you enlighten us a little bit as to what's been going on since the last time we've spoken to you, hon?
I'm trying to think. Well, I've just been like going through a lot of different projects and stuff like that. You know, I'm producing a film, and I've been working on that. It's taken some time because you know how producing goes.
Oh,
as
yes.
Mikey says, you know, producing is never believing anyone.
Wait, who is this Mikey you speak of?
My sweet little Mikey. Are you kidding?
No, absolutely. Mikey Perez is awesome. Mike's a major voice on this show, and we love him to pieces.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's the best.
One of the things that I was...
I know you're listening. I know you're listening, Mikey. You're the best. You're the best.
Are you sure? I think tonight is that Melissa and Joan Rivers show. That I believe. I think Melissa and Joan Rivers is on tonight. Isn't he like completely addicted to that show?
No, I don't think so.
One of the things that I found out. One of the things I found out in researching you again for the show, I had no idea that you actually worked for Disney.
Yes, I did.
And during the heyday when we had names like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, you were writing songs for the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes, I was.
Can you give us a little insight into how the process worked over there and actually how that came about?
Sure. I was in a band, and one of the guys that was in the band with me, my keyboard player and my writing partner, he was really close with Disney. He did some stuff with them, some work with them, and they heard some of the stuff that we had done, and they thought, you know, they wanted to try it out. And they thought it would be really good for the Mickey Mouse Club. So we were like, okay, you know, and of course they had to change some of the lyrics to make it a little bit more sweet. But that's kind of how it came about. We just kept, you know, getting asked to do more, which was great.
Well, I'm going to ask you, how do you go from doing the title opening song to Nightmare on Elm Street 4 to Disney Family Fair? Is it? I mean, no. Don't get me wrong. I love the Nightmare song. It just seems like it's such a dynamic of hot and cold. It's just like I knew you from doing this, and then researching and finding out you did Mickey Mouse. I'm like, that's a little bit of a dynamic there.
Yeah. You know, I enjoyed doing both things. I mean, you know, the way that, you know, Nightmare was written and the way it was done was just so cool because it was, you know, basically they said we need a song for the title of the movie, and I just asked Rennie, you know, to give me like one day to get it together. And, you know, we rewrote it, we recorded it, you know, everything in like 4 hours. And, you know, and to have it become the title song, it was really surprising. And, you know, it was great. It was really great.
Now, one of the other things, too, you are going to be again in Jersey at Monster Mania. Are you looking forward to meeting up with Robert Englund again?
Sure, yeah. I like Robert. He's a cool guy.
Like, when was the last time that you guys were actually seen together?
Oh, gosh, I haven't seen him in, oh, my God, 18 years or something?
Wow. Because, you know, as a fan, you know, I look at it and I think that these people are always in touch and always, you know, keeping up, and you don't think about, you know, that you guys have your own lives and don't really get to, you don't always hang out there. There's like an illusion of sorts there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now the other thing that I was excited about, I just found out there was a great show in the late '80s called They Came from Outer Space. About alien twins. It finally just got its DVD release recently. And
yes, I heard that.
And you did work on at least one of the episodes.
I did the pilot, yeah.
So has there been any kind of a response with the release of the videos again?
I've just been hearing about it from people, that it's come out. I've been hearing it a lot. Yeah, it was fun. I loved working with those guys. They were funny.
Right. Now the other thing too, I do have to ask, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to with the convention coming up? But I mean, besides the making money, there has to be something else there.
Don't make me say that, Mikey. Let's see. I just really meeting the people. I think getting to meet like a lot of the people that I Facebook with. Just actually get to meet them and see them. I think that's really cool.
Awesome. And I also heard that there was a raffle that just recently went on.
Really?
Well, didn't you have something going on with your original script for Nightmare 4?
Something going on. What do you mean?
Didn't you wind up putting up the script for auction?
Oh, yeah, I did.
And do we already have a lucky winner?
Yeah, there's a lucky winner. He already got it sent to him.
Because that's awesome. Because I know for a fact that the script has your liner notes and original lyrics for some of the songs you were writing at the time. That is an incredible gift for a fan.
Wow, that's cool. I'm glad. I hope you liked it.
And if I had known, I probably would have bet a lot. But anyway.
Yeah, what's the matter with you? I don't see you with the script. What happened?
Hey, you know what? I found out way too late.
Okay.
So otherwise. But
that's funny.
So and by the way, I got a bone to pick with you, hon.
I know what it is.
And what's that?
Your package.
What about my package?
You're not that package. I'm talking about your package here. No, I'm talking about the one that I was supposed to send you, my Tuesday night thing.
Yes. You know what? It's not.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it there.
I'm getting my own personal package. I'm getting a package.
You're getting it there.
To replace my current package.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Or to put next to your package. You can put it next to your package or on top of it or whatever you want.
Tuesday, if I'm next to you and I'm getting a package, we got a problem because this is going to be a very dangerous convention.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a good convention.
No, we are going to have a lot of fun out in Cherry Hill the weekend of the 9th through the 11th in Cherry Hill. Monster Mania, make sure you go out and be there. Tuesday's going to be there. We're going to be there. It's going to be a blast. I say hang out and come hang out with everyone and all of us.
Yeah.
So, all right, Tuesday, we're going to let you go.
Okay.
But thank you again for chiming in with us. Now, I can't wait to finally meet you in person.
I can't wait to meet you too.
It's going to be fantastic. All right.
It'll be really cool. I love your accent.
Accent?
Yeah, the way you talk. Where are you from? Are you from New Jersey?
We're straight from Jersey.
Well,
you sound like somebody I know really a lot, and I like him, and you sound like him.
I just scored brownie points for next weekend. I like it.
Yep, you do.
Tuesday, if our audience wants to find out more about what's going on with you, how do we do that?
I guess you go to Facebook because that's usually up to date. You know what's going on.
Absolutely. Listen, Tuesday, thank you
Yeah.
so much for hanging out with us. And again, we can't wait to hang out with you over next week.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Have a great night, hon. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Bye. She's fantastic, and I can't wait because we're going to have a lot more from her during that weekend.
Awesome.
And of course, the Blue Movie guys are coming out for that weekend.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
So-
In fact, somebody else from the calendar, Michael Scardillo, who did some of the gore makeup. We have a little bit in the calendar and then some on the propaganda posters that we made. He's going to be there representing his TV show, which is Zombie Hunters. City of the Dead. So
we know the guys
We
from
know
Zombie
them.
Hunters. Yeah,
good
we're
friends
actually
of
good
mine.
friends.
I actually
Yeah.
worked on one of the episodes with them.
Yeah, we established the last time I spoke to them that I want to go on personal record for having the most squibs tied up to me to be killed as a zombie by
That's
gunfire.
true.
I think we capped it off at like 20 or 25. I think
Yeah.
the most
I
they
think
had
that's
was
what
like
we
18.
decided.
Where were you? Where were you?
Oh
when
no,
did it?
we met them at a chiller convention over in
Oh, okay.
October around Halloween.
Yep.
Got it. They also provided the weapons for the Blue Movie shoot.
Yeah.
For their.
Oh wow!
Fantastic.
Yeah,
They all 6 degrees of separation.
yeah. They are so great. I love those guys a piece, and eventually they'll come on.
They haven't yet.
Not yet.
You know what? Scheduling is always
Mm-hmm.
difficult. You know, we don't know when we're gonna be able to get them all on, and but Pat's a great guy.
Oh,
and
I adore them. So if you go to their table, you can probably find out some more information. We'll hopefully have some calendars there and some merch there as well.
we'll definitely be hanging out with them too. I don't know about you, Dan. I know MP. I know I'm definitely going out for a drink with Pat because they're always a blast. I know Dan got to finally meet them for the first time in
Yep.
October, and
Love them.
and Dan was like, "Really, Bubba? 20 squibs?"
40.
I actually made the brains in the last. I think it was the last episode, episode 7.
Well, you might have to
I was very
spill the
excited.
beans on the illusion and how that works then.
Oh no, they were actual brains.
Oh.
I collected the children from the backyard. Put them in a vat.
Makes sense.
Oh, all right. Now,
Simple solution. but
Exactly.
always-
we have one other person who's been sitting on the sidelines the entire evening.
Oh,
and real quick,
yeah.
I just want 2 minutes with this person.
Come on up.
We will call her
This
instigator.
is the steam behind the Blue Movie freight train.
This is the ninja behind our franchise.
Right here.
That's why she lurks in the shadows. She lurks in the shadows.
I'm not supposed to be on camera.
Well, we
Or
can
on the
switch
radio.
so you can.
No, it's all good.
All right, real quick. Tell us who you are and what your relationship is to all of these maniacs.
I'm the warden.
Okay.
In a nutshell. And ooh, as I knock stuff over, see, that's why I'm behind the scenes, not in front of them. See this? All right. My name is Nicole Semiday, and my company, Nicole Semiday. Tell me all this
He
time
just
I
likes
work
the
with you,
way
you
it
don't know
sounds.
my last name.
Semin.
Yeah,
It's just part Indian.
I am not part
He has an
Okay,
accent. Just leave
you
him
know,
alone.
yeah, exactly.
He's far enough away from the mic. Just keep going.
Exactly.
They can't hear
Okay.
you.
And my company is it's a brand new company out. It's NSN Productions Associates, and basically what we do. If I told you what it stood for, I'd have to kill you. So basically, what I do and what I wanted to do was I got the idea actually from Lisa and the members of Blue Movie, where when you are a struggling artist and when you want to to make that decision to become a musician. Obviously, it is very, very difficult to get noticed, especially in today's day and age of X Factor and American Idol and such. And a lot of this is all contingent, and a lot of your success is contingent on your social media, as well as how well you market yourself. And basically, what I offer are different services to aid in that marketing and to help you kind of organize and get the ball rolling for you, so that one of these days, should the day actually come when you are recognized by these major record labels that want to pay you $10 million for a picture, you can say that the pebble rolled into, the snowball, by my company. So I met these wonderful people. They're a very, very talented group of people. And, they kind of just said, hey, we need some help. And through them, I teamed up with Michael, and again, he needed some help, and they call me the ninja because I seem to find ways to do everything. So I teamed up with Michael as well, and we helped. We
Michael
discussed
needs a lot of help.
Yeah, psychological.
Watch it,
too.
Tony.
Michael's
Watch it, Tony.
Nicole,
No.
I think it's not just music, right? I think it's
No, it's music, it's artists, it's whoever really really is in the creative field that just needs that outlet. We've got a lot of different contacts and a lot of different mediums for people to just look into that are outside of the box of what you would generally think of. So
Now, my other question is, you deal with these guys on a fairly regular basis.
every day.
Sorry.
Did you actually
mostly for
get
Tony.
the medal already?
No, I haven't gotten the medal yet.
The monument, the statue, anything?
I
The
haven't
sainthood
gotten
is in
that
the
yet. But you know what? I think Daniela already owes me her firstborn.
Oh.
And I
you,
think Rick owes me his second. So we're good there.
Well, you
the joke's on you.
So you do make these guys sign stuff over in blood, right?
Of course.
All right.
There's always blood.
Like I said, I'm just very curious about the person who has to work with these guys and help wrangle them, because it seems like it's got to be
It's not. You
beyond
know what?
fun.
I have to say,
awesome.
it is awesome working with them. They are really, really. I mean, aside from their antics, that you see here, they're really very professional people. When you work with them on a regular basis, whatever you're doing behind my back, stop it. I know Tony very well.
Apparently.
Yes. So, they really are professional, for the most part. Obviously, everybody has their fun, but when, they're in the recording studio and when it's time for video shoots and it's time to, do outlines and things of that nature. They
just keeps hitting them. I love it.
Yeah, they do get down to business. Oh, you missed it. I was off
She has an
camera.
automatic
She's like a mom. She doesn't even need to look behind it. She just knows.
If you
where
didn't
you're
deserve,
at.
if you
Hands
didn't
go
deserve it
flying.
now, you did at some point.
Every
No,
30
well, you know what?
seconds.
The shot glass throwing night that Daniela was referring to, earlier in the show.
Yes.
I was the one that had to wrangle in Tony that night, and that was just
Oh.
great. It was incredible because Tony, of course, was in the safety of a group of friends. So he had like 5 or 6 of his close friends from outside of the band with him.
Right.
And the moment I walked over to him, it was like the parting of the Red Sea. Everybody just went, "Oh no, we're not going over there." And I grabbed him, and I was just like, "All right, that's it." So yeah.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Absolutely, and the limitation happened to be me that night. So.
It
You
waits.
also might want to mention the Facebook page that just launched if anybody wants to go over and like it. The same way we
See,
did.
you're so much better at this than I am.
Wait a minute. Why are you paying her then?
No, I do work for them. I never plug
she
myself.
does, the better we do.
I gotta tell
There
you,
you go.
I never plug myself. I'm always used to plugging everybody else. But NNSN.
Don't plug yourself.
I'm gonna smack
Whoa.
you in the nuts.
I thought the elbow was on the way.
Tony, I heard nothing. Please continue.
Exactly. The Facebook page is, if you look up NNSN Productions Associates on Facebook, you can find it there. I literally just launched the page because Tony and Lisa were very, very insistent that I start doing more promotions for myself. So, we just started that, and that's about it in a nutshell.
You have anything else in the works for the rest of the year too, or?
Well, right now I am actually. I'm working with a lot of smaller local Long Island music artists and bands. So basically, right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really concentrate more on the branching out because I know that there's artists and writers and such, and I'm just trying to broaden the scope of what I do. What I started with them, which I'm very, very grateful to them for because they taught me just as much as I taught them, and I'm moving it on from there.
Very cool.
Very
and one more
nice.
time, how do we find out more?
NNSN Productions Associates on Facebook.com.
You can actually go through Blue Movie to find it. Obviously, we like her.
All right, now
There you go.
I'm gonna ask for the rest of the guys to come back. We're getting
Are
ready
you
to
sure
wrap
you
up.
want to do that?
Really?
Come on.
Tony?
Come on.
Sit down.
No, PJ, we want you to stand up, and we'll pass a mic around somehow.
While they're actually making their way, if I could just take a second, I like to do this all the time because there's so many companies that
Please
stand
do.
behind us, and we like to stand behind them. I'd like to just thank Dave Scher and Silver Fox Percussion again. That's my stick endorsement company.
Right.
They're awesome. They're on the game. Whenever we have something going on, they promote it and they let everybody else know about it. Precision Drums, obviously the women of Armageddon. Anybody else? You guys?
Webmaster.
That's double thing ninja right there.
And NSN Productions.
Yeah, she's a wizard. For anybody who's looking for, cause she reigns me and Tony, and that's what I didn't know she did anything other than reign me and Tony in. But
that's why she gets paid the big bucks.
She threw. You guys want to hear a hilarious behind the scenes story? She threw an amazing show. Our very, very first show in this video game show was that she threw from soup to nuts. It was a brilliant production. That was completely on her.
Well,
on her hands.
thank you guys for bringing up. I was gonna bring that up. I saw pictures that you guys did a show.
That show was
at a
insane.
video
That was
game
all Miss
store.
Nicole Semede's show that she made happen, which was a brilliant, weird, packed to the gills punk rock show.
Exactly. I mean, it's not your typical venue.
No, not at all.
There's no stage there. What is it like being on a floor packed with you know?
We literally just showed up under Nicole's idea. We set up. We came in, brought a PA system in, and brought way too much electricity than that store could handle into the. Into the venue, and Nicole kind of managed and promoted this show, and we kind of shook the wall. I'm surprised we didn't break the glass off the walls there.
Falling out my
You
head.
couldn't get. We had some celebrities there. We had just probably more people than that place could ever hold that Nicole put together, and it was a pretty hilarious show.
We actually ran out of. That was our CD release night.
We ran out of CDs. We sold out of CDs. Yeah, it was a good time.
Did it end with the destruction of that store and a
Almost.
mushroom cloud?
I don't think
or?
they got robbed at all, but yeah, there was a bar across the street. It was pretty funny. We should have taken more video because it would have been a hilarious music
Man, it seems
video
like there's way too much mayhem when you guys are out and about doing shows.
Yeah,
I like
It's
it.
amazing.
Shot glasses and cars and
It's always a party.
We're all from the New York area, so we've kind of rejected the sentimentality that is the Brooklyn indie scene, and God bless all the bands that have come out of there, but we've kind of tried to feel like we're trying to, do something a little different than what they're doing. So it's become the swirling black hole of chaos that is our band a little more. I'm a little more of a throwback to mid '80s Sunset Strip than 2012 Brooklyn, where we should be trying to idolize those guys, but whatever. We don't really care.
First off, I'm intimidated just by having you guys here again. I've established the pretty factor in this room tonight, which is like at like a 70-30 ratio, which has never happened before.
You'll notice we're off camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
which is smart on our end. Who we kidding?
Yes, sir.
But I also apparently obviously have now established that I'm definitely hanging with the wrong crowd.
No.
We'll teach you everything you need to know about Monster Mania.
Hey, buddy. Right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a radio middle finger, man.
I stand by my statement.
For those of you who couldn't see, that was the Jersey State Bird.
Yeah. Listen, what you guys should do, we don't know a lot of people in Jersey. We should play a show down here. We are yet to play the Dirty Jers yet, and Lord knows rock and roll is alive and well in Jersey.
We could do that.
Dude, you guys find a venue.
We
you
could
guys
do
got
that.
some friends, and we'll get we'll come kick out the jams in Jers.
I can get some feelers out there.
All right.
We can totally make that happen.
Let's know the Stone Pony or whatever's going on down here. Yep. Lord knows rock and roll stuff. Are they still open? Stone Pony?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ashbury Park?
Oh, yeah.
We'll come play down here if you guys find the venue and you got some fans. Like, we don't, we're not, we tend to.
Some cowboy.
Yeah. Still outside. We love Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi. That's my karaoke jam right there.
Yes. Yes, Tony.
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I do.
For those of you who can't hear Tony,
You're lucky.
it's good.
Tony is afraid of microphones. Tony's been banned from microphones.
Which
so
is
that's
why
the
he plays
intention
guitar,
of it. Right,
nothing
exactly.
Just. All right. I think that is going to wind up doing it for us tonight.
Jam.
I want to thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Completely.
Thanks for having us by.
Absolutely. Thank you.
How do we find out more about Blue Movie?
You can go to www.bluemoviemusic.com or Twitter at Blue Movie Music, or hit us up on Facebook.
If you actually just go
Done that.
right
We
to
are
the
so
Blue Movie
2012,
homepage,
yeah.
it's all there. And if I'm correct, as I stare at Tony, I believe that we are launching the updated site tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just checked it out. It's up.
All right. So it literally has just been updated within the hour.
Allie, you saved her ass, Allie. I know you're watching this.
Yes. Alistair.
Thanks, Alistair.
And of course, how do we find out more about the Women of Armageddon?
Oh, the Women of Armageddon. www.womenofArmageddon.com. And I probably took about 6,000 photographs of beautiful
Definitely
women
check
with
this
weapons.
out.
So
Good stuff.
if
It's
that was
awesome.
appealing
Good
to you,
Working sucks, huh?
And I'm not saying that because me and Lisa are in it, but it's awesome.
Oh, the horror.
You know what? I'll do one better. You actually were kind enough to present calendars for us.
Yep.
I will personally mail out a calendar to the first person to reach out to me at Ken Smith at Non-Productive.com. How's that sound?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, this is a good calendar.
And you know what? I got one better. Give me your best story as to why you deserve this incredibly hot, sexy, beautiful calendar. And if you have the best story, you will be sent out to you.
Boobies and machine guns. Boobies
And hey, you,
and
I know
You
it's the
need
end of
more than
February,
that,
but you can totally
PJ.
relive it.
all right.
All right, I do want to thank Taff and Darling for chiming in tonight. Remember, check out thetaffanddarling.com. Remember to check out Tuesday night on Facebook. And, of course, be there at Monster Mania, March 9th through the 11th in Cherry Hill. We're going to be there. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Been crazy and fun.
So, again, thanks to everybody. And that's going to do it for us. I'm Longshot Ken.
I'm Den.
And I'm Big Papa Pete. Loud Idiots.
Out.
You could have left it all so long ago. More rooms than you could ever sleep in. You could have saved yourself, but well, you know. Always gotta be the life of the party. Wouldn't want to offend nobody. Take your soft toes, you want the black and tears away. Turn on the lights and swallow your pride. Stop pretending like it's getting better. Give up the fight and turn it inside. Please believe it can be so much better.